Hey everyone, welcome back to our Walking Dev stream, number 7 this time. With me I have Saul Gascon.
Hello Almir, how are you, man?
I'm good, and my name's Almir. I'm one of the producers here. Saul is the executive producer on Overkill's The Walking Dead. And today's Walking Dev episode is going to be all about launch day. It's going to be a quick one because straight after this, I mean, we got a game to launch on Tuesday, right? So we got a lot of work to do. We can't screw around here, sit talk with you guys. We got a game to do. So, but before we jump into talking about launch day and what players can expect, we want to show quickly what we've been doing since last we spoke. I mean, when we had the last dev update, we talked about the heat maps, a lot of stuff regarding the closed PC beta. But we also went to Walker Stalker in Atlanta, so we wanted to show something from the show. Check it out.
We come back 3 times because we love the game. Like it's not. I like that the zombies aren't the only threat. So you got to rely on your team.
Everybody was shooting their weapons and they broke their suppressors. So many walkers just started surrounding us when we were standing on top of a car, and eventually we just all died. But it was very cinematic, I felt.
Aiden.
Grant.
Go Aiden. Rock on.
There's times where you actually have to be focused on what you're looking for, and then to gather up your equipment and the things you need to advance to the next level. And then there's times where it's just like, action, or there's other camps that,
I've been excited for Overkill The Walking Dead for a very long time, and after playing it for the first time, I'm only more excited. It was a very fun game, and I'm happy that I was able to play it.
I wasn't expecting for it to be that hard, and it definitely takes a lot of teamwork to play the game, because with even one person walking around just scavenging stuff could mean your whole party's gonna die.
I used to think I could survive a zombie apocalypse, and now I know I wouldn't make it. So there's that.
I like the part where they kind of, when you're getting attacked by a zombie, it's like realistic. It grabs you, it's right in your face, and I start panicking and start hitting the trigger button so I can stab them faster. So.
And I pushed the wrong button.
Yeah.
They're slow, they're like a zombie, they're easy to kill one-on-one, but as soon as you get more than 3 on you, you need your team there.
I only died once.
Yeah, once they started getting overwhelmed, and I almost got overwhelmed, I tried to stay alive just to make sure not everyone died.
You do have to make a choice. Do we help this person, or do we just kind of move on? Which is very in theme with Walking Dead.
I noticed there were puzzles, there was stealth. I accidentally hit a car alarm, and that unleashed a lot of trouble.
And the game was amazing. I've never played this kind of games, but it was so easy to me to control it, so it was super fun.
The ammo was very nice to be sparing, you have to watch yourself. It was just all around a good game. Nice way to bring Walking Dead to more platforms, and I'm excited for when it comes out.
All right. That was some footage from the show. We had the team fly out to Atlanta, Georgia for Walker Stalker. They had an awesome time. And the cool thing is that when we do these shows, we always fly out developers. So it's people from our development team, weapon artists, programmers, whoever has the opportunity, the chance, who wants to go. And it's so valuable for us because when they do the shows, they get so many impressions from players, a ton of comments, player experience. They see how people are using the weapons and playing the game. So it's always great when the team comes back, because they always go, we have to fix this thing.
Yeah,
or,
like a big list, and like, oh okay,
well, relax.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. Did I see it? Were you there also? I saw a guy.
I didn't fly there.
Yeah, but I saw a guy who looked like you. I think that there's some similarities. There are some similarities for sure.
There's cosplay here, Rick, Negan, and I guess that's me.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, but it's great that everyone had such a great time over there. Cool. So before we talk about the launch stuff, I just wanted to touch on, we had a closed PC beta before the launch of the game. Can you just tell me, Saul, and people watching, what has it meant for us doing a closed PC beta before launch? How does that affect the development, or what's the point of it essentially?
Yeah. So with the closed PC beta, we have a lot of takeaways, right? But the major ones is obviously the first is people's feedback, so then we can work on it. We can see, what people likes, what people likes less, right? And then we can work and improve the game considerably. Also, all the technical part right? Making sure that nothing explodes on the network side, right? Making games is it's a science, right? And it's very good for us, right? Also, we actually get a lot of information out of players just playing, even the guys that don't write on forums, right? As you saw in last stream with the heat maps, that helps us a lot to improve the game, right? What are the choke points? Where do they die the most frequently? Is where we want them to die, right? Or we want them to die somewhere else, right? So then we adjust to make sure that the experience is what we envision, right?
Precisely.
And then of course, and that helps us a lot as well because there is so many different computers that people use, laptops, coffee machines, whatever. And we had one actually. No, that's not true. And then, from that, we also take a lot of bug reports and we fixed like thousands of bugs after the beta, right?
That's great.
Yeah, it helps us a lot. Stabilize, test, reality check.
Yeah,
it's great.
Because I think what's important for players to understand who jump into Overkill The Walking Dead after the game's launched is that this is a games as service game, right?
Yeah.
We have this lifeline concept of us continuously working on the game post-launch. So launch day for us is not the end, it's the beginning. That's when we start to really work on content, and go into that stuff. We're gonna go into that briefly at the end of the stream, just talk about what content we will have for launch again. We've done it in the past to reiterate the message, but we'll do it again for sure. So let's talk about launch day. So on Tuesday, the game comes out on PC on Steam. Obviously, I mean, we're very excited about that. It's been a long time coming. We worked really hard for it, and we've seen all the comments in the Steam forums and elsewhere, people being excited about the game. So we're really happy about that. Games comes out on November 6th, and I feel I can't say it enough because it's so close, it's so exciting, really eager to get it out the door. And there's been a couple of questions regarding launch. People have been asking about, for example, preload. Will it be possible? And I think we have a message.
Control.
So we'll see. Do we? Will we have preload?
Control.
Maybe. You have your weapon here. You have ordered it.
Wait a second.
Who shall have what?
I'll have the
I don't know really.
Okay.
And pills.
You have pills?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you want some pills?
Yeah. Of course. I mean, it's a dark world. Being a survivor. These ones,
maybe.
I got them. Thank you.
It's for you.
So we got a guest. And Saul, maybe you should explain who this is.
Yeah,
because
this is
it's a very special character.
Yeah, you might recognize her as Peggy Ann, which is it's taking care of the camp and it's making sure that the characters are properly equipped with weapons, mods, and a lot of things.
Yeah.
And some people asked, hey, why is what is her technique for smoking, right? Yeah. So she's gonna demonstrate now the technique.
Or, yeah, I'll do it. Okay.
Oh shit.
Brandon kommer gå.
There you go. So some people.
Yeah, we have a secret guest. It's Annelie. It's the studio boss. It's the studio boss. She is a character in the game, or at least we portrayed a character in the game based on Annelie, because she means a lot to all of us developers here in the studio. So we wanted to immortalize you in the game.
And I smoke like this because I want to have my teeth still fresh.
So that's a pro tip for survival, like smoke through the nose. So all of those that were asking, like, hey, why does she smoke through the nose? Now you know this is real. This is motion capture. Latest technology.
Now, guys, I must go. Okay. I have a lot to do.
Thank you, Annelie. Thank you so much. All right, cool. So
many weapons.
There were so many guns. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, Annelie, she takes care of all us developers here while we're making games and keeping busy. So it's really great seeing her there as well. All right, cool. So before Annelie rushed in. We were talking about preload.
Yes.
And we had a drum load. Let's do it. Yeah, we have the image here. We had the drum load, we had the image, and preload will be available now, right?
Yeah. So as soon as we, as we finish the stream, we're working right now with Valve to make the preload available for everybody that has purchased the game.
That's awesome. So awesome news for you survivors out there who have already pre-purchased. Starting tonight, you will be able to preload the game. So and that's great. I mean,
yeah, it's great because then if the game of course has a lot of content, right? So it's 40 gigabytes. But if you preload now, then as soon as we launch the game, you can. It's gonna be a small patch that you will need to download, like executable and a couple more. Assets that we're fixing this until that date, right? But then, you're gonna be able to jump into the game quite fast, and that's why a lot of people ask for it on the forums, and we say, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. And I think that's great. So you asked, we delivered. So preload, it's coming for you. Awesome, cool. And let's talk about launch day. So when on Tuesday? That's also a question that's been common in the community. When on Tuesday is the game launching?
So we're targeting 6 p.m. CET, and then we are working with Valve on that timing. Right, and then we will press our green button, and then they need to press. In the movies, like when they throw the nuclear heads, several people need to press.
Yeah, precisely at the same time.
We will press, and then they will press, and pop, 6 p.m. Around 6 p.m. is gonna be public for everybody.
Yeah. And by the way, speaking of nuclear weapons, if there's any payday heister watching, we hope you have had a great Crime Fest event. We know, it's been so much going on for you. Also, hope you had a lot of fun. Thank you for tuning into the stream. And I think this is so epic with launch, and like Saul said. 6 p.m. That's our target, that's our aim, and we'll communicate with Valve, make sure everything works proper, and then we'll go live. So now you know the time span where we're aiming to go live with the game on Tuesday. Cool. And we talked about when the game's gonna launch. We talked about the preload. It's gonna happen today. We also wanted to reiterate what the game is. So we're quickly gonna go through the game content. Yeah. So Season 1, because Season 1 is starting on Tuesday. So that's the full game, Season 1. But straight after Season 1, we start working on Season 2. So we have an image here that we've shown in the past, this one. Saul, you want to take us through it?
Yeah, so this is all the content that you will be able to experience at launch. The content of the beta are those 4 first levels that you see on top left. And then this is the rest of all the content that is at launch, right? And it's a lot of hours and a lot of weapons and a lot of cool things, right? And then if you buy either the regular or the Deluxe Edition, any of the 2 editions, you also get Season 2. Season 2 is starting on November. We're targeting end of November for the first episode. And then it's going to include 9 episodes, from which 7 are new locations, 2 new characters, and then a lot of weapons, new missions, expeditions. It's a lot of content, and we're very proud about it. We worked on it with Robert Kirkman and our team, and it's going to be very fun.
So Season 1, straight out of the gate on Tuesday. And then straight after that, Season 2 starts. So when the game comes out, just like we've said, this is a part of our Lifeline concept. We continue working on the game. So Episode 1 of Season 2 will come out sometime late November. And then it will continue to Season 2, that is, until June 2019. So we have a lot of cool content in the pipe. It's going to be really interesting to see what you think when you get to play it. All right. So, and we also have one last surprise. So on launch day, not only is the game launching, but we're also celebrating that the game is launching. So we're hosting a little show to celebrate. And here's a quick intro showcasing that. All right. So yeah, we're hosting a show, the Streaming Dead Live, and it's gonna be amazing. I mean, Greg Miller is hosting. We're gonna have Shroud there, Jay Ghosty, and Munition, and Pug, and it's gonna be amazing. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. This show starts at 2 p.m. PT, so it's gonna be a bit after launch, but on launch day. So make sure you tune in. It's I think it's a great thing to be able to switch between, playing, killing a few walkers, and if you die, or something happens, you can have a look at the show, check out what's happening. And it's a long show. It's several hours.
Yeah, we have a lot of surprises and cool content.
Giveaways, mayhem. Make sure you tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, cool. So that's the show, really. We're going to have a Q&A session right now also to see if we have any questions from the stream. We're showcasing this on Facebook. We're streaming on Twitch and elsewhere. And let's have a look. Let's see if we have a few questions. All right, we have a few questions here. Caviar Gamer asked about pre-download. That was an early question, probably in the beginning of the stream, and we can reiterate that. Yes.
Yeah. As soon as we finish the stream, we are going to keep working with Valve to start preload today. So then on the day of launch, 6th of November, next Tuesday, 6 p.m. CET time, you will be able to play with a very small patch download. So you can just jump in as soon as we go live.
Cool. Then we have another question from Sixer9er. The game is pretty good. I would buy it. However, I do not know how many maps they have. So we showed this just now, right? We want to show that again? Yeah?
There you go.
There we go.
So these are the maps that come at launch. As you can see, there is a lot. We have different main story maps, which is the top row. Then the expeditions, which is missions that you need to go out and do different things, like kill a target, rescue somebody, or scavenge. And then defenses, in which you need to protect your camp from the evil out there, which can be walkers and humans, and a couple of surprises. And then Season 2, that's also included with both the regular edition and the digital deluxe, which includes 9 more episodes, which 7 are new locations, 2 new characters, a lot of weapons, missions. I mean, it's a lot of content.
Yeah. All right. We have another one here from Mr. Fun01. Nice. Will the game in release alter difficulty if you play solo or with just one friend?
Yeah, of course. The difficulty scales in Overkill The Walking Dead, and it depends of different factors. First one is the difficulty that you select, and then the amount of players. So if you play solo or you play with 4, you have different scalability, right? Or if you play with 2 or 3 as well, obviously. And then if you play solo, also you have an extra perk, which is that you have 3 lives to compensate by the fact that you don't have a teammate that is gonna be, like Almir and myself, like he coming and rescuing me, right? So then if I will play solo, I just revive.
Yeah. And it also depends on multiple factors, like what kind of loadout do you have? What kind of loadout does the team have? If you're playing with others, if you and your friend are playing and both of you pick sniper rifles, if it becomes close combat, you might have a difficult time.
It's gonna be hard.
All right, cool. Thank you for the question. So Chronicson asks Saul, how many characters will be available at launch to play?
Interesting question.
Yeah.
So 4 when you boot the game.
Yeah.
Next one.
Next one, all right. Quick one. We have one here. Any news about upgrading from the normal to the deluxe edition? I can actually answer this one. We're looking into this with Valve. Obviously, we want players who bought the standard edition of the game and who are eager to upgrade to the deluxe edition to be given that opportunity. So we're checking with Valve if this is possible, and if it is, we'll make sure you know through our social media channels. I would ask Control to put the thingy here, but you can already see there in the bottom. Here we go. Find us here. So you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, I'll do it with one hand. There we go. Overkill's TWD. So make sure you tweet at us or just follow the account to stay updated with all the latest. We'll make sure we talk about that there if we get the upgrade in with Valve. Let's see. Do we have any more?
Yep. Are the Cosmic D 2012? Are the matchmaking and cutscene problems fixed? Any info about improved loading times? Yes, that's a very good question. Indeed, we've improved the loading times. We've also, in terms of matchmaking, we've collected a lot of information out of the players in the beta, and with that, we've improved a lot our, let's say, mechanism and our code to actually matchmake, right? Then in terms of cinematics, we had this beautiful idea, like you have to watch the cinematic the first time, right? But we discovered that some people just wants to play, right? Yeah. So now we allow everybody to skip anytime, and there is no constraints for it. But the cinematic, while you're watching it, the game is loading behind, right? So it's like you don't really win time, but there is people that just want to skip. So we allow that now. Also, we have a percentage that shows you the progress, so it's easier for you to follow up, understand what's going on. If somebody disconnects, you also get a message. So yeah, we did a lot of improvements based on people's feedback, on information that we gathered, and also watching streamers play. That's also a very nice source for us of information, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we did a lot of, we've worked very hard on it.
Yeah. So I think that's it for now, or we have one question here. Not a question, but more like a statement. Both are handsome men from Sefiti. All right, thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much.
That's a nice comment. Rick Tick says, I'd like to say hello to Almir's beard.
Hello. All right. You want to shake the hand of the Almir beard?
I dropped my mic. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're done with this stream.
He got flushed now, you see? He's all right.
It's the beard. It's the beard blushing. Don't worry about it. So listen, thank you so much for tuning in for today's stream. It's a bit shorter, but it's because we got a lot of work to do. We're heading back, making sure we wrap everything up and make sure everything works proper for launch day. So we'd like to thank you a lot for tuning in and being a part of this lead up for launch. It's been great talking with you, getting to know you, and communicating with all the players in the forums, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with that. And like Saul says, when you stream, when you play, when you interact with us, that's when we learn as developers more about how we can improve the experience for you guys, because that's what it's all about, making sure we develop as best of an experience we can for you to play and see where we can take it in the Walking Dead universe, and see what Robert allows us to do and what he doesn't want us to do. But yeah, we're good at convincing. Yeah. Cool.
And he's a gamer too. That helps a lot.
Anything you'd like to say?
No, just hoping to see you guys in the streets of Washington, D.C. in Apocalypse 6th of November. And as soon as we finish now, we will make sure that the preload starts being available for you guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Sal, for taking the time.
Thanks to you,
also appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you come launch.
See you guys.
Bye.